Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to pass a relationship manager interview. So if you have a relationship manager interview coming up, please do watch this tutorial from beginning to end, because I will give you a number of sample interview questions, tips for answering them, and also, most importantly, high scoring answers. So this is what I am going to cover during this presentation. I will give you great tips for passing your relationship manager interview. I will also give you common relationship manager interview questions, the questions that I believe will come up during your interview, and also top scoring answers. I will tell you the qualities you must demonstrate during your relationship manager interview, and I will also give you 3 questions to ask at the end of your relationship manager interview to help make you the standout candidate. Now, before I do that, a very warm welcome to this tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn, that's me there in the centre. I've been helping people to pass their interviews for over 20 years now, and I always do that by giving you top scoring answers. Please do make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button below the video, and also turn on that notification bell so you get notified the minute that I upload some new content. Also, please do make sure you give the video a like. That then tells me you enjoy the content, and I will create more for you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get into the relationship manager interview questions and answers. And the first question I want you to prepare for is, tell me about yourself and why you want to become a relationship manager. So before I give you a top scoring answer, my tip for responding to this interview question is, in your answer, demonstrate you have a passion for customer and client service, and you have the relevant interpersonal skills and relationship building skills to excel in the position. Because being able to deal with people effectively and build long-term relationships are core elements of the relationship manager role. So here is my top scoring answer for you. I am someone who enjoys being around people and going out of my way to help them achieve their goals and objectives. Now, over the years, I have built up excellent communication and interpersonal skills, the ability to solve problems for clients, and also in-depth knowledge and understanding of customer relationship management practices. I am also someone who takes responsibility for my workload, and I will always take ownership of your clients' needs to ensure they continually grow and thrive. Now, I understand that the success of your business is very much dependent on people like me outperforming your competitors and also maintaining a positive image of your services and your company brand. I feel strongly that if you hire me as your relationship manager, you will see a positive impact quickly, and you'll be impressed with my hardworking nature, my ethics, and my values. Now, that is a brilliant answer to that first question. It gives you the confidence then to move forward for the remainder of your relationship manager interview. So, the next question I want you to prepare for, which I can pretty much guarantee will come up during your relationship manager interview, is, why do you want to work for our organisation as a relationship manager? Now, my advice for responding to this interview question is to give 2 solid reasons why you want to work for their company. You will be the only candidate at the interview to give these 2 reasons, I can guarantee that. I feel there are 2 good reasons why I would like to work for your company. As a relationship manager, I need to work to a strong set of company values and standards. Now, having read your company mission statement, you clearly are a company who strives to achieve the very highest of standards, which means I will be able to provide outstanding service to your clients and your customers. Now, the other reason is the fact that the services you offer customers and clients will be relatively easy for me to sell, simply because they are benefit driven. Now, what I mean by this is, it will be easy for me to make a difference to the customers and clients I'm responsible for by using your great products and services. So what I like about that answer is it demonstrates that you have put some thought into the reasons why you want to join their organisation. Now, I've got lots more relationship manager interview questions to run through, but at some stage, if you want to download my full set of 34 manager interview questions and answers, there is a link that's appeared in the top right-hand corner of the video. If you click that, it will take you through to my website, passmyinterview.com, where you can download my full set of high-scoring answers to manager interview questions. Let's now move on to the next relationship manager interview question I want you to prepare for, and that is, Tell me about a time when you went above and beyond customer expectations. So this is a manager behavioral interview question. So make sure you use the STAR technique when constructing your answer. So what is the STAR technique? Well, you basically structure your answer using situation, task, action, result. So you start off and you tell the interviewer the situation you were in. You then move on and explain the tasks that needed to be done. You will then detail the action you took to achieve that task, and you will then reveal the results of your actions. And it's a brilliant way to structure your answers to behavioral type interview questions. So if we take another look at this one, tell me about a time when you went above and beyond customer expectations, I will give you a sample answer where I'm using the STAR technique, just to show you exactly how powerful it is. Here we go. In a previous client-facing role, I started receiving feedback from our clients that they wanted more tailored services that were suitable for their own specific needs. Although we had a fantastic range of products and services, I felt it was my responsibility to go above and beyond what was expected and speak to the corporate head office about the feasibility of providing a small but targeted range of client-specific services. Now, before contacting head office, I felt it was important to conduct a poll of our clients to find out exactly what they wanted, what they were prepared to pay for such a service, and how it would need to be tailored in order to meet their specific needs. Once I had collated sufficient data and created a robust business case, I contacted head office and arranged a date to give my presentation. Now, after 2 hours of presenting and debating, the senior management team agreed to trial 3 specific additional product services for our customers. And following the trial, these were embedded into our product range, and as a result, our revenue increased along with the satisfaction levels of our clients. That demonstrates you really have gone above and beyond for customers, and you have implemented something, and that is a great way to use the STAR technique of situation, task, action, and result. Let's take a look at another example of the STAR technique in practice. Tell me about a time when you followed strict rules, procedures, or policies. Now, my tip for answering this question is provide a situation you were in where you either adhered to rules and regulations yourself or where you persuaded other people to follow them. Again, make sure you use the STAR technique in your answer. Here we go. I was in a team meeting in a previous role where we were exploring new business opportunities and how to attract new customers and clients. Now, during the meeting, a small number of people suggested that we look to purchase business leads from a database company. As soon as I heard this suggestion, I knew it would put the company at risk, as there are strict rules and procedures around the use of data. It was my responsibility to remind the team of our legal responsibilities in regard to this matter. I quickly stated the fact that by purchasing targeted business leads, we would effectively be in breach of data protection regulations and therefore would be putting the business at risk. I suggested that a better way to generate leads for our business would be to conduct some targeted adverts on relevant social platforms such as LinkedIn.com, where people had the option to opt in to our services. This was a far safer and more legitimate method for generating new leads that would protect our business. Everyone in the team agreed with my suggested method, and a plan of action was put in place to hire an external marketing agency to help us with our new marketing campaign. So that shows that you are adhering to rules and regulations, as is the question at the start. So if you tell me a time when you followed strict rules, procedures, or policies, and I'm using the STAR technique to answer that question. I'm sorry, at the top of the screen there, that's the incorrect question, but that is the one that we just answered there. Tell me a time when you followed strict rules, policies, or procedures, and it's a great answer to that question. Let's now move on to a common relationship manager interview question, and that is, what's your biggest weakness? Now, my tip for this is be really careful that you don't give a weakness that is a match for the relationship manager job description and or person specification. So try and give a weakness that is actually a strength. So how do you do that? Here is my suggested answer. My biggest weakness is the fact I'm sometimes too detail orientated. What I mean by this is I can spend too much time trying to make things perfect when in fact I need to learn to get things done to the best of my ability and then move on. It's only because I am compliance focused and I want to make sure everything is as it should be for the clients and customers I am responsible for. Having said that, one of my core strengths is my ability to continually learn and develop, so I am always open to taking on board feedback and advice from senior members of the organisation with a view to continually improving and developing. So that is a great weakness to give because it does you no harm. The next interview question I want you to prepare for is, tell me how you would deal with a difficult customer or client. Now, as a relationship manager, you're going to have to deal with difficult clients and customers. So in your answer to this interview question, show you have the experience and skill set to deal with difficult customers and clients, and that you simply see this as part of your job on a day-to-day basis as a relationship manager. Here is my suggested answer. First and foremost, as your relationship manager, I would remember that all customers and clients are one of our most important assets. And as such, I would be entirely professional, calm, considered, and focused on providing them with the best service possible. Now, dealing with difficult clients and customers would be part of my daily work as a relationship manager. And I would deal with them by listening to them, asking them probing questions to get to the bottom of any queries or problems that they had, and then using my experience to provide client-focused solutions based on their needs in my remit as their relationship manager. I have the experience and know-how to deal with difficult clients, and I have the communication and interpersonal skills to build solid and long-lasting relationships. So what I like about that answer is you are really confident in your ability to deal with difficult customers and clients, but you are also showing that you have a process in place for dealing with them by listening to them, asking them questions, and then providing client-focused solutions. That's a brilliant answer. So what about those 3 questions that you need to ask in your relationship manager interview? What are they? So you get to the end and they say to you, that's the end of the interview. Do you have any questions for us? And I would say, yes, I have a couple of questions I would like to ask. The first one is, what has frustrated you about relationship managers you have employed in the past? So that shows that you are interested in making a difference as a relationship manager. The next one is, what are the plans for your company over the next 5 to 10 years, and how could I help you to achieve them in this role? That shows that you plan to stay with me for a long period of time. Final question. When I am looking after your customers and clients, what's the most important thing for you? Is it sales, building long-term relationships, or a combination of both? Again, that shows that you really want to make a difference when you start. So don't forget to click that link in the top right-hand corner of the video. You can download my 34 great answers to manager interview questions and answers. It's a guide I strongly recommend you get a copy of, and it takes you through to my website, passmyinterview.com. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you very much for your support. It's always my aim to make you the standout candidate at your interview. Thank you for watching. Have a brilliant day, and I wish you all the best for passing your relationship manager interview. Thank you.